Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day, sending good vibes and positivity your way. We are still talking and reacting and reeling from Rihanna's Super Bowl halftime performance yesterday, you guys. And overwhelmingly, there's been a lot of positive reviews, you guys. There are some haters. There are some weirdos with some comparisons. And then there are some people with some coulda, woulda, shoulda, or whatever else. But if you're not a Rihanna fan, or if you're not used to how Rihanna approaches her concerts and her performances, then there's going to be some things that are going to be of a shock to you. But those of you who are fans of Rihanna are familiar with how she rolls and how she wants to get these hits out to the people is what we want, is what the people want. You already know how it goes down. And she is doing crazy numbers right now, you guys. Her Fenty Beauty, where she did that brief cameo to stop and put on the Avisa mat on her face before as all the lights was like about to come on, and has sales have shot up in searches over 833%, you guys, of Fenty Beauty. And all of her nearly 300 dancers, you guys, had on Savage X Fenty boxers and sports bras and different pieces for this event, you guys. And Rihanna debuted a new Fenty Beauty Red MVP lipstick, you guys, as well for the performance. But not only that, you guys, because before all of this that made her a billionaire with Fenty Beauty and Savage X Fenty and everything else, you guys, there was music. And guess what? On iTunes, you guys, she has 6 songs right now in the top 10, you guys. Umbrella is number 2. Number 4 is Only Girl in the World. Number 5 is Diamonds. Number 7 is Lift Me Up. She didn't even perform that. However, it is nominated for an Oscar, you guys. And also We Found Love, number 8. And number 10, Be Better Have My Money. And also rounding out the top 20 is 11, Don't Stop the Music. 14, Disturbia. Number 16, Where Have You Been? Number 20, Rude Boy, you guys. But Rihanna, she is killing it. Her streaming numbers are up. All 7 of her albums have re-entered the iTunes for purchase. So I can't wait to see how this translates to what her numbers are going to look like on the Billboard charts for the next week and everything else. But the one thing you cannot deny about Rihanna, whether you like her or not, she has hits, you guys. She has hits upon hits. There is a reason she is the second best-selling female of all time behind Madonna, you guys. There is a reason Rihanna has 14 number 1 hits, and she couldn't even perform all 14 of them because she didn't have time. She didn't have time. And I know there's a debate on whether or not she should have had people come out, as a special guest and everything else, as far as, to do a duet with her or to sing their verse or whatever on the track. But when you think about it from the perspective of, listen, Rihanna has not been on the stage for nearly 7 years. Rihanna is now a billionaire, you guys, and has an entire brand now, right? And so if the whole point, as well as singing her hits, is also incorporating her brand into the performance and promoting this brand, you guys, she doesn't want anything that's going to take away from her. Right? She doesn't want anything that's going to take away from her. She is already pregnant, so she's limited in terms of choreography and certain things that she could do. I noticed in certain shots, she had water breaks that it panned away from the camera and everything else. And, for the most part, she kept up well with the singing and the breath control and everything else. But you could tell Mama was tired. Mama was tired. She put in a lot of work. She put in a lot of effort into this, you guys. But if we had Kanye come out, if we had Eminem come out, if we had Jay-Z come out, if we had Drake come out, or DJ Khaled or whoever, then we wouldn't be talking about Rihanna, you guys. We wouldn't be talking about Rihanna, and sometimes less is more, you guys. Sometimes less is more. Some of your favorite Super Bowl performances, you guys, have featured all kinds of people. It wasn't just solely an artist, you guys. Even take last year. Yes, last year was a great Super Bowl with Dr. Dre and Snoop and Mary J and Eminem and Kendrick Lamar and 50 Cent and everything else, you guys. But again, sometimes less is more when you're the headliner, you guys. And it was nice to see this with Rihanna, that Rihanna understood the assignment in that she knows that her fashion, her makeup, her visuals are going to attract attention. Everyone is still raving about the shots from, in particular, the diamond set and the diamond performance, and how she's like literally ascended to the heavens, you guys. And all of the lights and everything else surrounding her was an incredible visual, you guys. And, you know, she has the hits to do it herself. And she doesn't need to do anything to take away her brand. She doesn't need Jay-Z, because then people are going to be in the comments like, oh, well, it was only good because Jay-Z come out, or well, it was only good because Kanye came out, or blah, 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 blah. Then you guys would be taking away from Rihanna. And Rihanna said, you know what? I toured before and done these hits without them there to perform their piece, and I still got a reaction, and I'm going to do it at the Super Bowl. And she even, you know, did a more urban focused set list when you think about it, because having Poured Up and BB had Better Have My Money in a set list for the Super Bowl itself is pretty iconic, you guys. And she is doing tributes, you know, with some of her fashion choices as well, to some of her legendary friends in the fashion realm and everything else. And it was beautiful to see, you guys. Rihanna is trending with millions of tweets. She broke the internet, you guys. I couldn't even tweet or even react during the Super Bowl performance because basically my Twitter was shut down. My Twitter was shut down and was like, try again later, right? Yeah, I said it, right? It said try it again. And so I tried later, and you know, it's nonstop. And finally the NFL uploaded the performance, and it's literally doing like 1 million views an hour, you guys. It hasn't even been 24 hours, and I think it has like 16 or 17 million views already. It's going to have way more by the time this video is uploaded and everything else, and whenever you guys watch it. It's going to break records, you guys. It is going to break records, because when people take away, you know, whatever criticism or critiques they have, or whatever high and ridiculous expectations that they had just to be a person to, you know, spew hate or negativity or whatever, you're going to look back and realize, wow, Rihanna gave us 12 hits and intertwined 4 other interludes of other hits, and still that wasn't even half of the hits that's in her bag, that's in her catalog, you guys. That wasn't even the half of what Rihanna could have, you know, really tapped into. And it also explains why the set list changed so much, you guys, because you got to keep in mind, this set list changed so many times. I think Rihanna said it might have changed 37 times. I think her manager, Jay Brown, said it changed like 50-something times. And I think a big part of it is because of her pregnancy. Like I said, there's supposed to be a Caribbean segment that was supposed to be a little bit bigger. I presume maybe Man Down would have been part of that. Maybe her song with Sean Paul possibly could have been a part of that. Caribbean mix-up, mashup, whatever you want to call it. But because of the pregnancy, you have to alter some of the set list. You have to go with a different approach to some of the songs. And as you know, they reworked the choreograph to make it work for Rihanna, right? And shout out to the dancers and the production team, because they did that, you guys. Because if it gets to a point to where I don't care if Rihanna is dancing, and I don't care as long as Rihanna is just cranking out the hits, that's what you call spectacular. That's what you call a performance. That's what you call a show, right? Because that's what it is at the end of the day. Rihanna has never been known for trying to do anything over the top as far as a performance goes, right? Or doing some type of powerhouse or over the top production. She likes less is more, but she is going to give you a visual experience in that you're going to see something very up close and intimate with her. You're going to see something very fashionable with her. Her dancers are going to always knock it out of the park, and she's going to give you something different, you guys. She's not going to give you something that is typical that you can see on a typical tour on insert name of a certain artist, right? She's going to give you something a little bit different, and that's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. But you know what Rihanna is always going to give you? She's always going to give you her hits, right? And the fact of the matter is that she doesn't even have to sing the entire song of her hits. She can literally bust out a minute or less of her hits and crank out 12 of them and, you know, splice in, like I said, 4 different interludes of other stuff, of S&M, of Birthday Cake, of What's My Name, of Kiss It Better. You know, and also Pose, so not 4 or 5, of, you know, different interludes and everything else of her other tracks. Just shows to the genius of Rihanna, you guys. just shows to the genius of Rihanna. And instead of you guys right now trying to do these comparisons, trying to say who you like better or who did it better, let's celebrate Rihanna, you guys, because she's about to go away again. Like, I don't know if you guys got the memo. I felt this was like a pre-retirement ceremony of music for Rihanna. I feel like we're about to get Fenty Kids. We're about to get Fenty Hair Care line. We're about to get all Fenty everything, you guys. But there is not going to be any music in sight. You're going to see her again, more than likely, to perform at the Oscars because she's nominated for an Academy Award for her song Lift Me Up from the Black Panther soundtrack. And then she's about to disappear again, you guys. She's about to disappear again. She will promote, of course, her makeup with Fenty Beauty and her Savage X Fenty products, you know, athleisure / lingerie and everything else. That's still going to be a thing. But we don't know when music's happening again, you guys. And if we're lucky, we may get new music later in the year, possibly if this is a May or June baby, and we possibly may get a tour in 2024, and that is if Rihanna returns to music, you guys. That is if Rihanna returns to music. But we really need to celebrate our artists when they're here, you guys. We need to celebrate what we're doing. We have to stop this comparison nonsense, you guys, and we have to appreciate the artists and the Black celebrities that we have, because it's getting old. You guys do it in sports too. You compare, you know, LeBron and Michael Jordan. You guys do it in music. You compare Rihanna and Beyonce, and it's like, these aren't the same people, you guys. These are two different lanes, two different styles, two different genres of music, two different approaches to how they do music, two different approaches on how they're going to do, you know, their hits and everything else, you guys. And their whole origin and makeup is totally different, right? So we have to get out of this comparison mode of who did it better. We have to stop this versus crap, you guys. It's one thing if it's doing it for fun or whatever, and you want to see your two favorite artists, you know, go hit for hit in a battle. But it's another when you guys make this your identity, to where you cannot appreciate Rihanna without trying to compare her to somebody else, right? Let's celebrate Rihanna for what it is, because here's the bottom line. You can critique her all you want to, but guess what? The numbers don't lie. Guess what? Her sales are up of all of her businesses, and guess what? Her people are buying her music and everything else, and her streaming numbers are out of this world, you guys. And the halftime performance, many of you who have all these critiques are secretly watching it and running up those numbers. It is the #1 trending video on YouTube, you guys. So critique away. But Rihanna is laughing all the way to the bank when it's all said and done. So there is that. And all of the A-listers, whether they were in attendance at the Super Bowl or posting on social media, all have had positive things to say about Rihanna, you guys. So there is that. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.